Hello, friends. It's Noble. I know, it's been a minute. It's 2025, rockets are landing after launching into space, and cars are driving themselves all over San Francisco, but interfaces and dashboards are still static. Let's talk about that and how that changes. And I know you're going to be hearing a lot more about generative UI if you haven't already. And in under 240 seconds, let me explain what it is, why it's important, and how to leverage it, how to actually implement it. 4 minutes. Let's go. So, Nielsen Norman Group defines it. I love this definition. Generative UI is a user interface that is dynamically generated in real time by AI to provide an experience customized to fit the user's needs and context. I love that. Traditional static UIs have been around for a long time. We've seen them in our apps, in our dashboards. That's why our dashboard sucks. They're reactive. UI caters to everyone. When you click a settings button, you get a settings menu. For the most part, it's not a problem. Users don't really care about your UI though, right? Like components make up that static experience. The users just want to get the value that you're delivering at the end of the day. And Theodore Levitt of Jobs to Be Done fame always says people don't want to buy a quarter-inch drill. They want to drill a quarter-inch hole. And in other words, people don't care about your dashboards. They care more about the insights that don't require an archaeology degree to uncover, right? That's a gap that GenUI hopes to fill in your interface by adapting in real time. And you've seen some of this with recommendation systems, but that's on the data side with like your YouTube feed, your Netflix recommendations. But combine that with smarter interfaces and you have generative UI. So how does that work? What does GenUI as far as a pipeline look like? And that's where I get deep into this with my research. There's 6 key parts. One is the context and the intent of the user. This is where we capture what the user is trying to do. There's the state management, where we want to be able to persist what matters using embeddings from recommendation systems, old school recommendation systems. There's the streaming service that handles real-time updates using like server-sent events or SSE. There's LLM component recognition. Again, this is where my heart sings, where my area of research, something I'm calling agentic component recognition. And I'll talk more about this at an event in DC at the end of this March 2024. There's so many different parts of this, and I've just rattled off a few. But there's also the component generation part where got to stream that identified component back to the UI. And this is not just theoretical. And I've given a lot of talks on this, done previous videos on this type of technology, bashing chat interfaces, for example. And I've been building this for about 18 months or so. All right, so you've seen the demo. So what are the implications of this? I feel that the future isn't just personalized content like you see on your Facebook feeds or whatever. Designers need to shift from crafting static screens to defining how components relate to each other. Like systems thinking becomes very important. How users' behaviors adapt and rethinking of what a user interface actually really means. We'll also need to be responsible how we deliver these solutions to ensure that the user's privacy is respected. That's a lot of personalized data that we're streaming back and forth or persisting. So some concepts like progressive disclosure and a seamless digital experience isn't just a luxury. I think it's the difference between a user's frustration trying to find something in your app and their fulfillment when they've actually gotten their outcomes. And if you want to hear more of this, I will be open sourcing some of my code in GitHub and talking more about this and doing workshops. Reach out to me on LinkedIn or at bitemadam.com. And also, I've not been posting a lot on this medium because I don't get a lot of subscriptions or engagement. So if you want to change that and you enjoy this content, certainly subscribe or interact with it, share it, like it, do whatever you need to do just to give me the signals to keep this going. Thank you so much for your time.